online lead generation doesn't work. It's what so many real estate agents think about Facebook, Instagram, Google, YouTube, and any online lead generation. But after reviewing thousands of live transfer calls, I've come to realize that there are 3 key factors that go into making sure that you're able to take an online lead to an in-person meeting to a contract to close. And in this video, I'm going to uncover exactly what I've discovered over the last couple of years through monitoring tons of live transfer calls, connecting online leads to clients, and what clients are doing that are helping them win in the online space and what clients are doing that aren't helping them win in the online space. I've seen it all, I've heard a lot, and I want to unpack this in the video. My name is Cody May from Sheridan Street. I run a digital marketing agency, and we work with the top real estate teams from across the country on doing 3 things really well. We help them fill the funnel. We run Facebook, Instagram, Google, YouTube, TikTok ads to make them omnipresent online. We nurture their leads for life with proprietary systems we call Deal of the Week, Market Update, Email Sprinkler. And we also hire, train, and retain dedicated inside sales agents to call leads. We listen to thousands of live transfer calls on a monthly basis, thousands of live transfer calls over the last couple of years. And we've come to realize that one of the most important things that you can do in your real estate business in order to get leads over the finish line is have a great script that sets up and choreographs the in-person meeting. Something I've learned along the way through listening to live transfer calls, through listening to really good ones and really bad ones, is that the people that follow the script and the people that follow different frameworks and understand is they generally use a form of what Jeremy Miner calls NEPQ, and that is neuro-emotional persuasion questions. I'm going to walk through with you in this video around 3 important things you need to do in your real estate business in order to get more online leads to contract to close. Our team recently had a client that was really struggling with a script. If we had sent them 10 live transfers, they were really only booking 1 to 2 in-person meetings. When we sat down and we listened to the call, what we had realized is the client was failing to use intent listening. Their cadence and their tone was a little bit off in every call, which was triggering sales resistance in the prospect, and they weren't actually wanting to meet with the real estate agent. One of the most powerful things you need to consider in order to get more online leads to in-person meetings and then contract to close is you need to have some sort of script. There needs to be some sort of framework that allows you to uncover all of the information that the prospect is thinking and the prospect is not necessarily saying, so that you can ask for an in-person meeting and you can give them the education and the information they need in order to make a good decision. When I sat down with this client and we listened to his live transfer call, we realized that he was struggling with intent listening. He wasn't listening deep enough to the prospect and he wasn't using the script. My mentor, Sharon Servatz, who's now the president of Real, recently said something online that I absolutely love, and we've chatted a lot about this, is that the script is not for you, the script is for the client. I'm gonna say that one more time. The script is not for you, the script is for the client. What does that mean? The script allows you to ask the right questions at the right time in order to uncover the emotional reason that the prospect actually clicked your ad or is looking for more information. You're in a conversation for a reason. The only way you flow fluently through that conversation is using a script. See, scripting is a powerful tool that allows you to track and deliver a clear message to your future clients. The tracking is probably one of the most important things, because if you constantly are doing something different, there's no way to measure what's working and what's not working. And we know that in real estate, and we know that in business, one of the most powerful tools you can have is tracking your numbers, tracking what's working and what's not working, so you can actually pivot and make changes on the fly based on the right information and the right analytics. See, scripting allows you to stay focused on your objectives. It allows you to ask the right questions, and it allows you to get the result you're looking for. Because if you're not asking the right questions, you're never going to uncover the true reason why the prospect is looking to move or looking to buy or sell real estate. One of the frameworks that we use when we're working with our clients is a framework we call chunk up, chunk down. So I'm going to walk you through it with you really quickly, because I think that if you just were to take chunk up, chunk down and ask what we call the game plan frame, you'll book more in-person meetings for your real estate business with really any lead gen source. So chunk up, chunk down is very simple. Say, for example, a prospect tells you that they're looking for a big backyard. They give you some more information about the property that they're looking for. Chunk up is essentially asking assorting questions. So for example, a lot of real estate agents, when I listen to their calls, they ask open-ended questions and the prospect is closed off and they're never able to open up the prospect in order to uncover the real information. So how you do that is through a sorting question. You could say something like this, Tom, if you don't mind me asking, what is the most important criteria? Would you say that big backyard is the most important? Or would you want your home to be closer to a school zone? When you ask that question, it allows you to direct the conversation towards then asking the chunk down question, which is why. If they tell you the big backyard is more important, you might ask a question like this. Okay, Tom, like if you don't mind me asking, we call that a permission-based question. Why is that big backyard so important? I really just want to better understand, the type of backyard you're looking for and why that's so important for you and your family. When you ask that question, you're able to go deeper with the prospect and uncover the true needs, because generally, for the most part, people make buying decisions that are fairly emotional. There's some sort of reason that they're looking for a big backyard, and we as real estate professionals, we as sales professionals need to uncover the true reason to why that is important, because we're able to build a deeper connection with the prospect, because we know if that's the most important criteria, we know that we're going to send properties and we're going to make sure that we find them the best possible home in the neighborhood they're looking for with the terms that they're looking for in that area, because we know that's important to them. And after you uncover all of this information, one of the best things you can do around scripting is use what we call the game plan frame. I'm telling you, if you use this on every single call that you have, you will book more in-person meetings. And it goes really simple. They give you the information, and you're going to apply the information to the game plan frame. The game plan frame goes like this. Okay, Tom, if you don't mind me asking, has anyone taken the time to walk you through the top 3 things that you might need to consider in order to win in the market when you are ready to buy? They're going to say no, because we know that the vast majority of real estate agents just want to open homes, they want to push boxes, but you're different. You're sitting here, you're listening to this podcast, you're listening to this video because you want more information on how you can book more in-person meetings. You're going to ask them that question. They're going to say no, and then you're going to say, okay, Tom, why don't we do this? Why don't we sit down for a cup of coffee, and before the coffee gets cold, you and I will walk through and create a game plan on the top 3 things you need to consider in order to win in the market when you are ready to buy, to make sure we can find you that big backyard and help you make an informed, intelligent decision when you are ready to buy. Would mornings or afternoons work better for you? Sorting question. I'm telling you, if you just use that framework, you will book more in-person meetings. That script is absolutely killing it with online leads because it's an education-based script. It's a game plan script that reduces the resistance in the prospect around meeting, because there's actually a reason why you're meeting. If you don't ask the frame question, it's really hard to ask for the in-person meeting. The game plan frame absolutely works. We had a client a while ago who was really struggling with online leads, was really struggling to build relationships with the calls that they were having. And we listened to a live transfer call back, and we realized that she just wasn't digging deep enough. She was on a call with a client recently, with a future client who she ended up calling back because I told her to call back. But the prospect had said that it was really important that they find a property that they downsized and they were close to their daughter. But we glanced over that and we went right to the property. But there was a reason why it was so important that that property is still close to the daughter. There's a reason. We just didn't uncover what the reason was. And when I pointed that out, I said, if we start from a place of curiosity and a place of care, we ask better questions. So what I want to encourage you to do is to shift your perspective towards curiosity, because if you shift your perspective towards curiosity, you ask better questions. And when you ask better questions, you get better answers. And when you're curious, it makes it feel like you actually care about the prospect. And I'm going to assume that you got into real estate because you wanted to help people. You actually do care. And how you show you care is through curiosity. Think about even dates that you've been on. The best dates that, maybe the other person thought was a great date, or maybe you've been on a date. Did the person generally ask questions about what you did? You had an opportunity to speak about yourself. And that's how a good live transfer call, or how a good real estate sales appointment should sound. You should be asking more questions, and you should be speaking less than the questions you ask. On that initial conversation, I would encourage you to talk 70 to 80. I would encourage you that you need the prospect to talk 70 to 80% of the time by you simply asking questions and opening them up. That really shows you care, and it builds rapport on a deeper level because they feel like they know you. And I'll give you one other tip. When you restate things back to them, they feel heard and they feel understood. And that's really the value of listening. When you dig deep with the client, when you dig deep with the prospect in such a way that they feel heard, they feel understood, you're going to get less sales resistance you're going to get less sales resistance in asking for the in-person meeting because the prospect feels safe. They feel like there's a process. They feel safe. They feel like there's a process, and they feel heard, and they feel like you're going to go at bat for them in order to find them the home of their dreams, or give them the right information on whether now is the time to buy, or what maybe now isn't the right time to buy. You don't know until you sit down with them and have a conversation about where they're currently at and where they want to go. And that's why we encourage all of our clients to sit down with every single person they come in contact with so that they can create a game plan and be the advisor in the industry, because then it opens them up to be able to ask for an introduction to somebody else who might be interested in the information, so that you can have more conversations, because all conversion happens in conversation. And we as real estate agents, as professionals, sales professionals, need to have more conversations in this environment in order to win long term. See, the reality is, if you really want to win with online lead generation, you need to script, you need to be curious, and you need to listen to the prospect so you can uncover what it is they're saying and not saying, so you can find them the home of their dreams. I want to say thank you for tuning in today's episode. I hope you got a ton of value. If you want access to the scripts that are working in the online space right now, simply send us an email at info@studioptbo, and we'd be happy to send you the script and to provide you some value. And we're actually also running a trial of our appointment engine system that will really help you, show you what a live transfer looks like. If you want more information around that, simply go click one of the links below. We would love the opportunity to take you through the process of what a live transfer looks like, and we'll even help you with scripting to get those live transfers into in-person meetings. We give you 3 live transfers for $1. The reason we charge you $1 is because we've learned that if you don't pay attention. So we just ask for $1 to just kind of secure your spot, to make sure you're serious about building your business. But if you want to give us a test drive, click one of the links below. I think it's the 7th or 8th link below. Love the opportunity to chat with you some more. Looking forward to seeing you soon. Thanks for tuning in.